What happens when a therapist starts seeing their client? I was 6 months into my job at a private therapy clinic when I noticed something off about Dr. Buster. He was getting these personal texts during sessions that made him smile in this weird way. I caught a glimpse of his phone once when he left it on the counter and saw an intimate photo from someone saved as Kelsey B. I recognized her from the waiting room. She was one of his regular patients. Buster scheduled certain female patients only for late evening appointments, always called them emergency sessions. The clinic was usually empty by then, except for him and whoever he was seeing. I told myself I was being paranoid. Buster had been practicing for 15 years and everyone loved him. Published in all the major journals, ran workshops on trauma therapy. The other therapists practically worshipped him. Then I accidentally got one of his patient files in my box. Kelsey M had borderline personality disorder and severe abandonment trauma from childhood. Her file showed she'd been seeing him twice a week for 8 months. That seemed excessive for someone who should have been making progress by now. A week later, I heard Kelsey crying in the bathroom. She kept saying, "I'm not special to him anymore," over and over. When she came out, her eyes were red and puffy. She saw me and just ran out of the building. Another patient named Jennifer switched to my caseload suddenly. During intake, she mentioned she'd been seeing another therapist at our clinic but wanted a change. When I asked why, she got really quiet and said there were uncomfortable dynamics but wouldn't elaborate. I noticed she tensed up whenever someone mentioned Dr. Buster. I started paying more attention after that. Found some weird billing patterns when I was doing paperwork late one night. Buster was charging insurance for 2-hour intensive therapy sessions, but building security logs showed him leaving 3 or 4 hours after those patients arrived. Everything exploded during my third session with Jennifer. She broke down completely and told me Buster had initiated a physical relationship with her while treating her for sexual assault trauma. She showed me text messages where he threatened to have her involuntarily committed if she told anyone. One message said, "Who would believe a woman with your diagnosis over me?" Jennifer was pregnant. Buster was pressuring her to get an abortion and offering to pay for it through some bogus therapy scholarship fund. She was terrified and didn't know what to do. I spent that night going through patient files and schedule patterns. Buster specifically targeted women with histories of sexual trauma and personality disorders, women with no family support systems, women who could be easily discredited if they spoke up. I realized my own patient Rachel, who was recovering from marital rape, had been pulled into consultations with him recently. I went to our clinic director, Dr. Patricia Chen, the next morning. She'd been Buster's mentor and was godmother to his children. I laid out everything I discovered, expecting her to be horrified. Instead, she laughed. Actually laughed. These troubled women often develop fantasies about their therapists. It's called transference. You should know this. She told me Jennifer had previously accused her stepfather of abuse, which was never proven, and suggested I was too inexperienced to recognize when patients were lying. Buster confronted me in the parking lot that afternoon. The nice guy mask was completely gone. I've been published in every major journal. You're nobody. If you keep this up, I'll destroy your career before it even starts. He knew about my own therapy history from when I was getting licensed. Takes one to know one, right? Maybe you're projecting. Maybe you need more therapy yourself. My supervisor pulled me aside the next day and warned me to drop everything or face termination for violating colleague confidentiality. The whole clinic was protecting him. That night, Rachel attempted sewer slide. Buster had told her during their consultation that she was too damaged for real love, and it had sent her spiraling. She survived, but barely. Jennifer lost the baby a week later. She said Buster had made her special tea during an emergency session, and she'd felt weird after drinking it. Security footage showed him disposing of medical waste that night, but Chen refused to review it. I found Buster's hidden files in an old storage room. 11 victims over 8 years with detailed notes about their vulnerabilities and how to exploit them. Kelsey M wasn't the first pregnancy. Another patient had moved away suddenly 2 years ago after a similar situation. I was suspended the next week after Buster planted drugs in my desk and reported me for substance abuse affecting patient care. All my patients got reassigned to him. Jennifer texted me that she was going to end it and couldn't live with the trauma and loss. That's when I knew I had to go outside the clinic. I contacted the state licensing board directly with all the evidence I gathered. Recorded Jennifer's testimony before she made an attempt that thankfully failed. She's still hospitalized but alive. The investigation is ongoing now, but 3 more former patients have already come forward after seeing the news coverage. The clinic is under review and Buster was arrested last week at his daughter's dance recital of all places. I'm blacklisted from the local therapy community, but Jennifer called yesterday. She's getting stronger. Said she wants to help other victims when she gets out, but she also knows Dr. Buster has connections, and we both doubt he's going down so easily. Full story on channel linked below.